Hello guys, welcome to a new video on this AWS Solutions Architect Associate level. And we're going to talk about and discuss the Amazon Relational Database Service, the Amazon RDS, and also Redshift. So the RDS, or the Amazon Relational Database Service, makes it easy to use, operate, and scale a relational database in the cloud. It provides a cost-effective and resizable capacity while automating time-consuming administration tasks such as hardware provisioning, database setup, patching, and backups. It frees you to focus on your applications so you can give them the fast performance, high availability, security, and compatibility they need. And Amazon RDS is available on several databases instance types, optimized for memory, performance, or IO, and provides you with 6 familiar databases engines to choose from, including the following. The first one is SQL Server, Oracle, MySQL Server, which we're going to be using on my next video, where we are going to be deploying a WordPress website and we're going to be using MySQL Server. We also have PostgreSQL, Aurora, which is the Amazon database, and MariaDB. And RDS has two key features. The first one is multi availability zone, and this is just for disaster recovery. That's what it is for. And read replicas, which is for performance. And then we have Redshift, and Redshift is a non-relational database, and it's completely managed. It is a completely managed data warehouse as a service, and it can scale up to the petabytes, okay, of data while offering lightning fast querying performance. The querying engine is PostgreSQL, compliant with small differences in data types and data structure is columnar. So Redshift is a non-relational database, and RDS is a relational database service. Okay, that's the two big difference between Redshift and RDS. And as you can see right here, data warehousing databases use different type of architecture both from a database perspective and infrastructure layer. Amazon's data warehouse solution is called Redshift, and it is a non-relational database. Just remember that. And RDS is a relational database service. Okay, just remember those two. That's the big difference between Redshift and RDS. And both Redshift and RDS allows the customer to scale as per their budget and performance requirements. Since RDS is based on virtualized instances, its scaling is done by reconfiguring the virtual instances capabilities. Scaling takes only a few minutes and can be done in a few clicks in the AWS console. Redshift is based on a more complex architecture, and it means scaling is not as seamless as it is in RDS. So if you don't really need a big database, it is better if you go with RDS rather than Redshift. And Redshift goes up to the petabyte or the petabyte, and RDS goes to only the terabyte. So if you are going to be doing a lot of querying and a lot of stuff in your database that has to go up to these petabytes, then you want to go with Redshift instead of RDS. But RDS is cheaper, and RDS offers better performance when it comes to queries that do not test its limits. And the limits mean the terabyte. If it's going to go up to the petabyte, then you want to go with Redshift. RDS is slow on maintenance compared to Redshift as well. Okay, so when to use Redshift? When do you want to use Redshift? When you want a petabyte scale database warehouse and it's not happy with traditional database engines. Your analytical and reporting workload is heavy and can interfere with your OLTP database. Your queries span across millions of rows and you anticipate even more complex queries. So whenever you have a big database or big queries, you want to use Redshift. When you anticipate a constant query workload and your cluster will be running for the most part of the day, you want to use Redshift. You are ready to manage the uniqueness of your insertion keys yourself and do not expect the database to ensure it. You want to use Redshift. Um, you have a willing team to put their head into disk keys and store keys and structured data so that best performances is extracted. That's when you want to use Redshift. So when do you want to use RDS? You want to use traditional databases in the cloud and the only requirement is to offload the database management. That's when you want to use RDS. When your data volume is in terabytes, okay, and you do not anticipate a larger increase in the near future, RDS hits its storage limits at 64 terabytes. So if it's going to go over that, then you want to use Redshift. Um, you have an online transaction processing use case and one instant results with lesser data, you want to use RDS. You don't have queries that span across millions of rows and query complexity is limited, you want to use RDS. Your reporting and analytical workloads are minimal and do not interfere with your OLTP workloads. You want to use RDS. And your budget is tighter and you have no intention to spend money anticipating future astronomical workloads. You can just use RDS. And then we have another technology which is called Elastic Cache, and it's a service that makes it easy to deploy, operate, and scale an in-memory cache in the cloud. The service improves the performance of web application by allowing you to retrieve information from fast managed in-memory cache instead of relying entirely on slower disk-based database. So this is what Elastic Cache does. And Elastic Cache supports two open source in-memory caching engines, which are the following: um, Memcached and Redis. Okay, so this is it for this video. I just wanted to touch base on RDS and Redshift and how both of them differentiate. And on the next video, we are going to do a lab on RDS where we are going to deploy a WordPress website and we are going to do RDS to host that database for the WordPress website. So stay tuned for our next video. Thank you guys for watching this video and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Bye bye.